No, let's, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you
Oh,
are.
yeah.
Yeah, you are.
I am. All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a
We'll talk in between.
historic.
Yes.
Do I need to flip the light switch up and down?
I said we'll talk in between the meeting.
Anyway, Finance Committee, Tuesday, March 13th. I am Alderman Joe Moore. I am joined by Alderman Tom Slottick and Alderman Mark Stoyer. Alderman Duane is excused from tonight's meetings. Also, we do have Alderman Nennig and Alderperson Dorf in the audience today. So first thing I would like to do is get an approval for the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for approval of the agenda as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Item number 3 is approval of the minutes from February 27th, 2018 Finance Committee meeting.
So
Move
moved.
approval.
Okay, second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Item number 4, consideration with possible action on the request by Fire Chief Litton to increase the 2018 fire rescue fee rates. And at this time, I would just ask Chief Litton if you can come up and address the committee.
Good afternoon. I sent via email the proposed, but just in case you did not bring them with you, I bought an extra set. You got them? All right, very good.
Great, thank you.
So in reviewing our operations and the things that we do, just talking with our billing company, and the last time that we had any kind of increase in our ambulance billing rate was in 2010, and at that time, I think it was a very fairly modest rate of maybe a $1 increase. So it's been 8 years since we've looked at that rate, and so I asked our billing company, LifeQuest, who handles the billing for us now, to take a look at what we're billing. Are we billing the amount that would maximize our reimbursement from Medicare and Medicaid, which is our largest payer, it's our largest group of payer for the city. And essentially, they came back with a recommendation that's before you to increase our rates, in some cases by several $100s, so that we can maximize what we get in reimbursements. In addition to that, we are working with, or I will be working with Alloway. Our rates with Alloway, although we provide a service to them by contract, our rates are different right now, even as they exist right now. So I will be working with their council to hopefully bring them along to exactly the same rates across their village, so that we're billing one rate for the citizens that we serve in both communities. Now, as you look at this, on average, the rates are a little bit different up and down based on the different rates here, but essentially we're looking at about a 35% increase in a billing rate. But I will also tell you that in that time, our costs had probably raised by at least that much, if not more, when you take into consideration salaries, supplies, reimbursement, or replenishing our supplies, medical equipment. The ambulance costs themselves have at least risen that much, if not 40 to 50%. So we think it's time to raise the rate. We'll still be competitive with the 2 other services that are really around us. There's only 2 other people that provide ambulance service right here in the metro area. That's Ashwaubenon and De Pere. We have those rates before you. The other one that provides, although it sounds like it's a county entity, is County Rescue. That's a private company. And I would tell you that their rates, even on our increased rates, are probably about 50% higher than that. So we think we're still competitive. We think they're fair rates. And in the end, we would project that somewhere between $1.5 and $750,000 in additional revenue. That's probably conservative. Last year we took in about $2.6 million. Multiply that by 35%. It's pretty simple math. We'd be right at about $1 million, but conservatively, I'd say $1.5 to $750,000.
So we're pretty well below the average on all of these, but the rates that we determined, they were just to maximize the Medicaid?
Yep, 65% about is our payer mix. So between Medicaid and Medicare,
Okay.
2/3 of our ambulance transports are paid by those 2 entities, one state, one federal agency, obviously. And then the rest is a payer mix of private insurance and self-pay. Now again, the idea here is not to get into average citizen's pocket. Anybody can claim hardship. Those hardship cases are reviewed by both our billing company and finance. And we do have the ability to waive portions of fees or all of fees if people prove their hardship. So that's a routine part of our business.
Alderman Stoyer?
Thank you, Chair. Chief, it states here that the rates, ambulance rates were last increased in 2010, so we're looking at almost 8 years. Would you suggest in the future maybe looking at this biannually, or how
Yeah,
would
I
you?
would say that we would probably go no more than every 2 years at this point.
Because I'm just saying, you know, to get it all at once, I'm just saying over a period of time to divide it up a little bit better. I think that would be a good way to do it.
So,
So,
and on one hand, we're losing out on some revenue that
Yeah.
quite honestly is justified, and so, yeah, I think that every other year would probably be
okay,
a great recommendation.
right, that's all.
Alderman Slot?
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of the rates as recommended by the chief.
No, I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Anybody in the audience care to speak on this? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? None. Thank you, Chief. And our last item on the finance agenda is the report by the Assistant Finance Director.
And I don't have any?
They even put assistant in there.
Okay,
That's nice.
All right.
Move to receive and place on file.
Second.
Motion second, receive and place on file. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? None. And a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion second to adjourn finance meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Great.
Yeah.
That's it.